Welcome to the podcast with your favorite cash flow guys, Mike and Blaine, giving you the best advice while having a beer. When you're running a business, there are problems every day. Let Mike and Blaine help you out and guide your way. Cheers to the good times with Mike and Blaine for business, beer, and BS.
Hey, it's Mike and Blaine. I'm Mike Mylan, also known as Cashflow Mike. That is my friend and my partner, Blaine Birch, the CEO of Dry Run, the best cash flow forecasting software on the planet. What's up, man?
Hopefully it's nice where you are, because we are getting nothing but rain and I'm getting tired of it.
All right, so we've been going in and out of rain, and I've loved it because you got to realize I know what's coming next. There's an extreme heat warning. It's 95 degrees, and that means 100's right around the corner.
Yeah. We get extreme heat warnings here at about 75. Just like, don't go outside. It's warm out.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's sun. You're going to get tan.
Yeah, exactly.
You might even sweat.
We could use a little bit of sun here. I'm getting, and the problem is there's no end in sight for this. That's the thing that sucks. But anyway, excited to be on. You know, we got another episode ready to roll. Got a new jingle for this episode. I'm all excited to roll that sucker out too. So, but before we do that, what are you drinking? And let's introduce our beer sponsors.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, one of our beer sponsors, Breger, Neighbor Breger, I'm drinking another discount beer. This one doesn't have here it is. It's got the 99 center right there, right? But it's called Melvin Back in the Haze. Yeah, Melvin Back in the Haze. And that's from, it says Friggity Fresh on the back. I like, look at this. That's almost 80s, right? Friggity Fresh. You see that?
Nice. I love the little elephant. That reminds me of, what's the beer with the pink elephant? The Belgian one. What am I thinking of?
Oh, this is out of Wyoming, right down from you. Alpine, Wyoming, Melvin Brewery.
Melvin Brewery.
Yeah, never heard of them. So this is going to be good.
Oh, cool.
How about you, man? What you got?
I have got, I just keep having the same stuff in the fridge, so we're kind of going through it because I didn't have a chance to go and pick out something fun and special. So I've got the Odd Company, which I love Odd Company, Umorel, which all the Italians out there will make fun of me for completely mispronouncing that, but I'm not even going to try it. But it's a nice beer. Good beer. Want to feature these guys again, and yeah.
I think you have to do this. You have to do this with Umorel, and then maybe chef's kiss or something like that. I think that's what you do when you drink exactly. Beer.
Well, and somehow it feels like a little bit like a apropos for FIFA. Italian beer, Italy's a big team. I watched, I don't know if you saw it, but we were out we had a little bit of a kind of happy hour burger and beer the other night, and we were sitting at the bar and they had on the Argentina game. Argentina, who were they playing now? Algeria, I think they were playing. I got sucked right into it. We watched the first half, saw Messi score a hat trick, came home, flipped on the second half. I couldn't take my eyes off it, and I'm watching the entire game. So that was a lot of fun, actually.
That was at Arrowhead, right? The home of the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was. I was wondering if you were watching it. I'm like, hey, that's in Kansas City, man. Like,
yeah, no, dude. I mean, don't make fun of me and don't be hating on me out there. I can't get into soccer. I'm just not doing
it. I don't watch it except for when World Cup run comes around. And then when I watch World Cup, I actually get sucked into it. The year that Germany won, I don't remember which, that was 2 ago or 3 ago. I watched like a ton of games. I watched every Germany game. I got a hat, Germany hat, like go Germany. And then they ended up winning. So that was such a fun ride. So it's for me, I could actually get into watching it, but I don't have time. So it's just, every 4 years or whenever it comes around, I'll flip it on. So.
Yeah, no, I kind of follow it just through the news and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think I get tired watching them run.
That's true.
Like, damn, that's a lot of running.
It just never ends. Yeah.
All right, so we got another beer sponsor, Karen Harrison of Michigan. She has an Amazon best-selling book, called Stop Growing Broke, Start Growing Profits. And if you don't have that book, go to Amazon right now and grab it. It's a bestseller and it will change your business life. So go check it out. Karen Harrison.
Absolutely. And, well, Larry, I'm going to talk about Larry Weinstein, best CPA in Houston, Texas. If you need a CPA, you got to talk with Larry, the cash flow cowboy.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bring in the new one, right? Okay. First of all, I'm going to bring in the new one, and I'll let you go with neighbor Pat after that. Right. But
sure. Yeah.
First of all, did you realize we had a subscription? Right, a subscription. I thought people just paid like $5 per episode. They could do it in bulk. I'm going to go add 10 episodes. I'm going to buy 100 episodes, whatever it is. Yep. No, we got a subscription. We got our very first subscription provider, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Somebody that bought the subscription. And believe it or not, we are related, right? We're related. Yes. So we're related. So here's what happened. First of all, I'm going to tell you, his name's Trey. He is a middle school teacher right down at Piper High School right here in San Antonio. Longtime teacher, really connected to the community. His big key things are family, right? So when he put in his notes, because we always ask people, hey, what do you want us to talk about? Family, hashtag family, 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 family. And I'm going to explain that a little bit. So he and I are related through a blended family, right? And we went to a family dinner where I got to meet and hang out with his mom and his sister. They have such a wonderful family. I got to tell you, if you want just good people that you can rely on, people that you can enjoy, people that you can have fun with, that is Trey and his family. Judy and Emily is who I got to meet. And I got to tell you, I mentioned casually at dinner, I got a podcast. They're subscribing, they're downloading, and apparently he listened, right? So he listened, and now he's one of the subscribers. And I've got to tell you something. I mean, we share a daughter, right? Mallory. And for the last several years, this guy has been there every single day for her, every day. He meets, talks, drives, takes to the gym. This guy is in her life like you wouldn't believe. And I want to thank him for subscribing and and listening. So thanks, Trey.
Yeah, thanks, Trey. It's so exciting to have another sponsor, and I love that theme and that emphasis you have on family. So I really appreciate it, Trey. That's awesome. And I'm gonna jump in with Devin, biggest LSU fan on the planet. Also, Devin reached out to me because he's doing a little traveling up into my neck of the woods, and so Devin, if you're watching, hopefully I sent you some good tips on where you can get maybe some beer or something to eat while you're up Alberta way. And so he reached out to me on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So so thanks again, Devin. Really appreciate it.
That is so cool. Is it coming through Edmonton, or you guys going to link up?
Going through Calgary and down to Calgary, Banff area. So it's a little ways away from here. But awesome coming to the province anyway. And Calgary is a great city, a fun city too. So
all right, so I'll give the shout out to neighbor Pat. Neighbor Pat is actually down in Galveston. He's going to Houston Astros, Detroit Tiger games. Nice. He's on just kind of a family vacation, so he's been out of pocket, and it's been quiet around here in a not so good way. I'll say a not so good way. Usually I would say for him a good way. He's been gone, but no, I miss him. So come on back, Pat. We miss you.
Yeah, that's always. And you mentioned neighbor Breger. I still have to. I just realized, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I have him in the show notes. I'm gonna have to get the spelling, so I make sure that's in the show notes properly. So
it's Breger like Kegger.
Is that a Missouri accent? Are you worshiping the?
No, yeah. It's Breger like the word kegger, like if you have a kegger party.
Okay, got you. Okay, got it. I'll do a little.
I didn't even put any zip on that one. No twang or nothing. It's just his name's Breger. It rhymes with kegger.
Rhymes with kegger. Okay, awesome. So I will get that into the show notes for our regular posting and everything, of course, as well. So thanks again, Breger. Appreciate it.
There you go. Yeah, so if you want to be a sponsor, you can reach out to us, on Mike and Blaine. You can just hit buy us a beer, and that goes right to it. If you got questions about it, if you're like going, hey, can I get away with this? Can we do that? I got a business. I got a brewery. Whatever question you got, you can email us at beer@mikeandblaine.com, right? Beer@mikeandblaine.com. and, check us out that way, and tell your friends to like, subscribe, and all those type of things. So
like, subscribe, follow, everything else. So, so we got, you got a fun topic today. And as usual, as our new thing, Mike is putting together amazing jingles for our topics. So I'm about to kick this off and is going to talk about what we are going to talk about and dive into deep in this episode of Mike and Blaine.
Wash the driveway, clean up the mess, watching dirty turn to shiny somehow, low stress. Tools or ruts, getting brand new life. Mike and Blaine are asking why it feels so right. Why is it so satisfying? Why can't we look away? Oh, grab a seat, we're diving in to the weirdly satisfying way.
It's a little long, but it's fun. So,
it's a little long. All right, so I'm trying to dial this thing in. I'm using Suno. If anybody's ever seen that, it's AI generated music. You just put in, hey, I want to kind of sound like this, and what we're trying to imitate is the style of our jingle, which when we had it created by real people,
real person, real people,
prior to AI, I wanted it to sound a mix of 90s sitcom theme and like R&B, or that's kind of what the mix is. So AI now takes that to say we're going to just make an R&B song. I think so. It probably doesn't know what a 90s sitcom is.
Yeah, and if it had his choice, it'd make it 10 minutes long because it just likes to make them long.
Yeah, and I said make it about 15 seconds, and it got close. It got 32.
Maybe not super
Have you
close.
ever asked like AI to count stuff like, well, I need this in 50 characters, and it comes back with 65, and you're like, oh, wait, no, I said 50.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. It's like, it has to be under 100 characters, and it's like 108. Like, come on, man. You can't count to 100. It's so frustrating.
So those of you out there using AI for all your financial stuff, you should check it. You should check it.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to question it a little bit here and there. It comes up with some bizarre stuff still. But anyway, just tell us about this topic, because I don't know if you guys can get it from the jingle, but tell us about this topic, because it does hit like close to home. I'm like, yeah, I do that. Like completely. Right.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened last weekend. And I just went outside a little bit ago, and we always come up with topics like right before the show. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, the yard needs mowed. And in my mind, I go to, what happened last time I mowed the yard? And I mow the yard, and I got it kind of set to where I've got a pattern, right? I mean, meaning I do things in a certain order. I'll do half the yard, and I'll sit in the garage next to the fan, drink a beer, and maybe watch some stuff. And I'm like going, you know what I always watch? Other people like mowing the yard and shit.
Mowing the yard.
I go, why do I do that? That's dumb. Like, or the ones that's been getting me lately are the ones that, people are pressure washing like rugs and stuff like that. And they're filthy and they're nasty and they're rehabbing rugs and they're doing all this type of stuff. I'm like going, why do I do that? There's 20 minutes. I'll sit there for 20 minutes watching just somebody else work. I'm like, well, maybe I'm a supervisor or something.
I think I saw that rug one, and I think I've watched it twice, where it's like all mud, and then they keep squeegeeing it out and hosing it down until it gets clean. It's amazing.
Yeah. Or there's a guy that goes and mows people's yards and cleans up their sidewalks and all that for free. I watch all his stuff. I mean, so I'm like going, I can't be the only one. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing all of these hashtags around, because that's kind of our theme this year, is trending hashtags about before and after or transformation and those type of things. I'm like going, it's more than that. These folks are using it for their business. Think about it, because they have a business where they're doing these things, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to video myself at work.
Yep.
And it creates a brand. It actually expands on their brand. So for us, Business Beer and BS, it kind of really fit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're, something that we do that's weird, plus it's a business.
Well, and it's amazing because if you do a promotional video, nobody wants to watch it. But like some of my feeds right now, you can't believe how many of my feeds are independent guitar makers. And I'll sit and watch them like stain a guitar, or build out the tuning pegs or put something together. And I just get sucked into it and watching them like, oh, what a beautiful. And I want to see the end point, like when it's done. And it's so, like you said, it's so satisfying. That's the term you use. It's so satisfying to watch somebody craft something like that. And it's not like, hey, here's our latest guitar and they're trying to sell stuff. It's like you're just watching them craft it. And it's really I don't know what it is. And I think it's that people don't really like to be sold to, but they do like that behind the scenes look at things, right? Like the peek behind the curtain.
Well, that's why I thought we would, kind of dig into why would somebody spend, and in this case, me, 20 minutes watching another person clean a driveway? Like, why would you do that? And I think it's because of, mainly what you just said is I like to see a mess become order, right? Or maybe even learn something like, oh, he's got a different technique to do that than I do, and it was faster and it was better and it looked amazing at the backside of it.
Different driveway spraying technique. But I got to tell you, I can relate to it because there's something really satisfying about spraying down the driveway. And it's just, that little bit of dirty in that. And it's just, you just work it down to the curb. There's something really satisfying about that. And I got to tell you, about a month ago, one of the most disappointing things happened to me because I was going to go clean our deck and all that kind of stuff. And the hose of my power washer broke off at the power washer.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, and it was the hose itself. It broke off like kind of inside. I'm like, shoot, well, I guess I got to go buy a new hose. I cannot get the part, like I can't change it off the actual power washer. Like they make it so you cannot even add a new hose on. Like it was so frustrating. So like, yeah, all they want is my money to go buy another power washer. I refuse to do that. So, kind of annoyed by that because I'm like, yeah, I was all ready. I was just like, oh, I'm going to clean all this stuff. And then it's like, now. Gone.
Yeah, I mean, let's think about these videos. They're super satisfying because, I mean, most of everybody's modern day life today, you've got unfinished projects, you got, complexity or stress in your life. You're like, well, I just like to see something just done, right? Or it motivates you to go do it. But the formula is not new. The formula is something that's been around forever. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you see the resolution. You're like, damn. They're telling the story in the most basic way, just showing you.
Yeah. It's a bit like is his name Bob Ross, I think is the name, the magic brush painting guy, where we used to sit and watch him make really what is, from my point of view, not art I would hang in my house, to be completely honest. But it was still fun watching him make it. And, and now on online, that's another area where I tend to watch is I'll oftentimes just watch artists as they are working, like building out paintings and mostly painting and drawings. I get sucked into that. And it's watching the creative process is so, relaxing, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's the skill I get mesmerized by, right? Because he would just do like a twist like this, dink, 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 a couple little twists of the paintbrush. There's a set of mountains, right? With snow. Yeah. And I go, damn. And he did that in 45 seconds. Right? If I did it, it would look like, well, there's a blob of blue and white. It wouldn't be the same. That's the same thing when I'm watching any of that. Have you ever just watched them make plastic things, like a roll of plastic where they put color into it?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So, wow. Okay. Well, that's about 15 minutes of my life.
You're never going to get back.
Because it just goes on this roller. It looks like a big thing of taffy, and then they'll mix in a color, and the way they mix it through there, it goes all the way through the plastic. And I guess they have to. These rollers must keep it heated up because it's pliable. Oh. It's like it looks like taffy as it's going through. And I'm like, is that taffy? And I go, oh no, that's how you make colors in plastic. From yellows, and then I guess they can lay it out into a sheet and then shape it. Cut and shape it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always fascinated. Like I agree with you. It's the skill level makes such a big difference. Like I'm not probably going to get engaged someone that's never painted before trying to paint a picture. I'm like, I'm probably not going to watch, but the skill, Like another one I've got really sucked into is when they're an artist is doing the really fancy pinstriping designs on like classic cars. So it's not just a line, but they do these really intricate sort of patterns that are symmetrical, and they'll do it on a hood or something.
And freehand.
Freehand with a brush, and it
Yeah.
is it's
Yeah.
stunning. It's beautiful, and I look at it and go, oh my god, that is they just it's. I look at it and the first thing I think is like that. Yeah, that's 10,000 hours to get there. You don't, that's one of those ones, maybe not 10,000, but where they always say it takes that long to perfect a skill. It's such a skill. It blows me away.
Well, in our world, we're software and those type of things, or even in coaching or all that, the resolution process is so long. Like we're building a new feature with code. It takes so long to get it to the point where you're ready to introduce it to somebody and then put it in the market. The coaching or the actual consulting process takes months to see any visible results sometimes, right?
Yeah.
What I like about these is like, I'm getting instant satisfaction, right? In minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's, but like, I think I don't think it is for all businesses. Maybe there is, but is there an opportunity to grow engagement and views and eyeballs and shares and everything by just doing something that is just, that pulls the curtain back, but it is 100% non-salesy. Like the other thing is almost all these videos, there's no audio. There's no voiceover. You might hear them hammering a nail or something, but they're not talking about what they're doing or anything. It's really interesting on how they put these together, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think the reason why they're satisfying, right? I mean, the jingle of the song was weirdly satisfying. I think it has to do with the amount of anxiety and stress that we have. It's one of those things like, this actually made me feel pretty good for a few minutes. It's like it lowers whatever stress you got. So maybe instead of taking a pill, you should just watch some of these videos. Maybe.
Like, man, if you can do something that would be all natural video online on your tablet, but it is at least you're not ingesting something to try and feel better, I guess. So
yeah, we don't want you talking about prescription drugs and stuff like that again.
Oh yeah, I got well, I shouldn't say it got into trouble. It's like of our 1,000,005 whatever views we got, half thought I was an idiot and half agreed with me. Like, that's pretty good. That's an all right score. I'll go for that. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that, when you're watching, I don't care if it's clay, plastic, painting, driveway, mowing a lawn. I like it when they do the striping, the designs in the lawn. Matter of fact, I even looked at a striping kit for my lawnmower. I thought you just did that with a regular lawnmower. You got to buy this little attachment that goes on the back that actually pushes the grass in a certain direction.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
So I've got this lawnmower called the Toro Recycler, right? And I bought Toro because my grandpa always did. So that's, that's my brand loyalty.
Yep.
And I was looking for something. Well, I was looking for something about, I wanted to get a blade. So I just wanted to know what blade to go order. And I'm in there and it's got accessories. I'm like going, dude, this is a walk behind lawnmower. What kind of accessories would be for a lawnmower? Yeah. And the third thing down the list was striping kit. I'm like going, I might have to save a little money, get one.
Nice.
And again, you attach it to the back like your bagger or things like that. You attach it to the back, and all it does, I think, it just adds a little bit of pressure to the direction that the blades are not. Yeah, the blades of grass are standing instead of straight up. They might lean one way or the other.
Lean a little bit.
It creates the difference in, the visual difference.
Huh. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I grew up with my dad. That was when I grew up, my dad's lawnmower was the Toro as well. I grew up mowing the lawn with this red Toro that was virtually indestructible until, I don't know how many years that thing lasted before it bit the dust. But today, because we had, I don't remember what kind we had before now, but now we got one of these, it's like it does everything but the lawn for you. It's electric and it you got power and it runs and does all this cool stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty slick machine actually. And it's I know something fun about lawnmowers. Even though I don't even like mowing the lawn because I'm allergic to a lot of that stuff. So it just makes me sneeze and everything. But
that is my thing. And Courtney gets so frustrated with me because I'm like going, oh, we can't go because I got to mow the yard. But you can mow it tomorrow. I'm like, Saturday. That's my thing. Saturday, we're doing this. And I try to get it done early so I can do things Saturday night, Saturday afternoon. But yeah, Saturday morning is kind of the thing I want to do. I want to be on that lawn. I actually get. Did I tell you that somebody came by and took a picture of my grass? Did I tell you that story last week?
Don't think so. No.
All right, so that's the oddest thing. So I was coming into the office, right, that door right there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I see somebody walking by the front door of my house is just right outside that door. I see somebody walking by the house with their dog. Don't bother me at all, but she stops. I can see out the door. She stops. She's looking at the grass. I'm like going, oh man, the dog pooped on my lawn. It didn't. Yep. But she bends down, takes her camera out and takes a picture of my grass and then walks off. I'm like, what? Well, now I remember that Courtney has this app called Picture This. And you take a picture of a tree, blade of grass, a flower, whatever it is, and it tells you everything about it. It identifies it with AI. So this is what it is. This is where it grows. This is how to take care of it. If there's something wrong with it, it tells you how to fix it. Yeah, it's an amazing app, right? It's, I don't know, $50 a year or something like that. And she just goes around stuff that she likes and she takes pictures of it, stores it in the library. I'm like going, I bet that's what this lady did. I bet she took a picture of the grass to store it because I don't have the builder's grass. I actually mowed the builder's grass all the way down to dirt and brought another layer of dirt and zoysia grass in. So I've got zoysia, which grows a lot more thick and compact. And when you step on it, it's spongy.
Oh, nice.
Right? So it's fantastic grass. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people have the builder's grass, which is a Bermuda, but it gets really sparse, right? And so I know there's some guy that lives in this neighborhood that now hates me because his wife took this picture home and said,
to replace the grass.
I want our lawn to look like that. Well, guess what? That sucker's expensive, right? It's like $375 a pallet. And it took me 10 pallets to do the yard.
Oh, you must like grass a lot.
Well, remember, that's my thing. Saturday, if they had an award for best grass in the neighborhood, ask neighbor Pat. He would tell you, Mike's got the best grass in the neighborhood.
Yeah. We would not win that award. Saturdays is like on our bikes, go get some beer, and we would not win that award. But we've had so much rain this year that I can look out here and it's actually like really quite green. So it's nice to have. It's like we're not doing anything. We got green grass this year. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's fun. So here's the ones that confuse me. And it confuses me because it must only be for them, not for me. When I see people taking like rusty wrenches, right? Laid in Grandpa's toolbox since 1963, and they're just rusted out now, and then they take hours upon hours restoring this wrench to its original glory and shine when they could have replaced it for like $12. And I still watch it.
I watch it, but I actually can kind of get that because I'm like, you're going to get real steel from 1950, not whatever cast junk that you probably get for $12. And I don't know, there's something, I kind of dig that. I kind of like that, restoring something historic. It can't be something from that was like 5 years old and left in the yard. It's got to be something that's like 50, 60 years old or whatever. Then it's kind of neat. Then I think it's kind of neat.
All right. Is that because we like, if this is the case, is it because we like a comeback story?
Yeah, that's probably part of it. Yeah, probably part of it.
We're like, oh, it's got a second life. It's the comeback. It was down. We thought it was out. We thought it was going to the trash bin. No, It's back to life. It's back in use. It's back in action.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, and the other thing is there some point of nostalgia attached to it? Because if it actually was like a, grandpa's wrench or grandpa's hammer or something like that, I remember that hanging in the shop when I was a kid. Yeah, that's so like one of the things that I absolutely love, that little prized possession, is from my grandpa owned a machine shop, Hilda Motors, and it was an international dealership and machine shop back in like the 40s. And I've got this little itty bitty folding knife with Hilda Motors on the side, and I just like it. Just and what's so interesting is this little itty bitty knife, but it was so well made. You cannot get little giveaways like that you would get, like swag like that now. This thing would be a $200 knife now. Like it's a really well made little knife, and I love it. But it's got that nostalgia angle to it, and it's also still in perfect condition, fortunately, which is nice.
Yeah. So, what's something you think you would try to restore? I mean,
what would I try and restore? That's a good question. One thing that I think would be really just kind of fun, and I probably wouldn't even really use it that much, but like a 1970s 10-speed bike. To, take something that's like rough and take the entire thing apart, strip the whole thing down, strip the frame, repaint the frame or have it powder coated, like, and get new parts and everything and build it back up. And then I would flip the handles up. So it would be more like, like in the 1970s, it wasn't the people that were serious about biking. It was like, the dude on the way to the bar, and he'd have his like handlebars flipped up, and like that's what I totally do. Put on a little leather saddle, all that. I think that'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of neat,
That'd be cool. I've got a set. All right. So when I lived in St. Louis, I had season tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals, and it started at the old stadium, Old Bush Stadium. It's a big white round building, right? It was the one that I grew up in. When I was a kid, my grandpa took me there. Mm-hmm. And so as an adult, when I was running the hotel staffing company, I bought season tickets, and that's how I got most of my business in the beginning.
Okay. Yep.
Tickets, and I'd go, hey, I got some tickets for tomorrow's game. You guys want to go? And I would just go, and everything was people. There was no internet in the early 2000s that you're getting business like we did then. Right.
Yeah.
So I kept those season tickets when they built the brand new Busch Stadium, and they gave me the seats.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they sold them, but I think people that had their season tickets for so long or whatever, they say, hey, we're going to demolish the building. We're getting all new seats at the new place. You want your old seats? So I'm like, yeah, I'll take the old seats. Right. So I've got the old seats still to this day from the building that's no longer there, and they're sitting out back. I haven't figured out exactly what to do with them here. I used to have them kind of mounted out by the swimming pool in Seattle. So here they're just kind of on a wood frame, but I got to get it off that wood frame because it'll rot out and stuff like that. But I've noticed some rust on which is strange because they've been outside since probably the 70s or 80s, right?
Yeah.
But I've noticed some rust now around some of the metal that connected them.
Okay, gotcha.
And so and the plastic's starting to get a little weathered on the seats and stuff like that. And that I'm like going, it would be really nice to recondition and rebuild and remount those on something and make it into something. Because right now it's just kind of sitting out there in the yard.
Yes. And are you ever in luck today? Because I did watch one of those satisfying videos and sat and watched someone redoing those stadium seats when they get weathered like that. Okay.
Really?
Look this up before you do it to make sure it isn't like some kind of BS thing. But I watched this whole thing, and it was all these weathered seats, and a guy was going along. Get this. It was just a torch. It was a torch, and he would run it quickly with the flame over it, and it would look brand spanking new. Test that first, because I don't know if I would necessarily trust it, but and watch the video. I'm sure you can find it online. Used a torch on these seats, and it would go from these awful weathered and also to just look brand new. And but they were in stadium. They were doing the entire stadium, redoing the seats. but actually not
They
replacing
were taking the
anything.
plastic over the, over the plastic or over the metal?
Over the plastic. Just over the plastic. And
Did they have
it would take
did
this
they have
weathered
metal
look.
arms? Did they have the metal arms and all that, or was it?
I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't remember that part, but
Oh, now you
yeah, I
got
don't remember it. But look it up because this might be the answer you need for that.
yeah. But that's one of the things I would do. Maybe I'll video it.
Exactly, video. Yeah.
Now, would you have to do? I mean, because I probably couldn't do it in one day. What do you do? Stop a video or merge them together? Maybe I guess you merge them together.
You can merge together. These guys were doing a seat in 30 seconds. Like they're going and it was done. Like so, but if you're doing all the metal and everything, I would actually just like take clips and merge them together. Years ago when I started making skateboards, one of the first things I did, of course, is I was recording myself because I'm like, oh, I can put this online. People can see how you make a skateboard. And that lasted not very long. And I'm like, this is sucking the fun out of it. So I like, screw this. And so I stopped and I don't record anything anymore. Because it's just like, it feels too much like work to me. So.
Yeah, you got to kind of be into it. But all right, so think about it. I think there's two types of videos out there. Maybe there's more, but I'm gonna say at least two. One is what they call the doom scrolling, which is what most people do. I'm looking for the fight. I'm looking for the argument. I'm looking for the thing that causes me stress while I'm watching it.
Yeah.
There's this. I think there's this side of it. It's the opposite of doom scrolling. It's like going, I'm doing it because I want calm. I want, predictable. I want some type of satisfaction.
And usually you do learn a bit from these things. Like I'm really fascinated watching them, like I said, like put together an entire guitar or something like that. Or the other ones I'll watch, like I watch all the time, like Scotch reviews, things like that.
Yeah.
Some guy talking about the Scotch and what he likes and what the notes they pick up, which I think is always hilarious. But those things there is content that can be relaxing, but also somewhat educational. Some of it isn't educational. It is just relaxing, but some of it you actually do learn and you just kind of go, oh, that's how that was done. Right. I will say one of the types of videos that I still do not to this day understand. I think I watched one of them and went, what the hell is this? The reaction videos. So they'll play something and then someone sits there and pretends to be shocked. Oh my gosh. Like, that is just a waste of a minute and a half. I'll never get back again. Those ones do not. Those don't jive with me, but I do love watching craftsmen do almost anything.
The other ones that are the ones that promise results. And it's like 7 minutes in, you're like, you didn't get to the result. Hey, stay till the end.
Yeah, and it's a bait and switch. It's like, let's keep you on, and all they want is the clock to run long enough that YouTube rewards them. And soon as if I get a hint of a video being like that, I will can it and I will go and I'll block the channel or whatever, or unsubscribe if I had been subscribed, because I'm like, no, you do not manipulate me like that. Like that bugs me.
Yeah, so Courtney watched one yesterday where she learned a new way to do something, right? So have you ever heard of the company Fish Skin?
No.
Okay, it's like FISH SKYNE or something like that, Fish Skin.
Okay.
And what they make are these covers, right? I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh yeah, cool. Nice.
For the Apple, and they're protective covers. It's like a vinyl protected cut. Now I designed mine, but they have like hundreds of different already pre-planned designs. I just happen to make mine because when I present, I want my logo and stuff showing, right?
Yep.
They say, oh, they're so easy to put on. But they're not. They're not. Yeah. Until Courtney sees this video, I think it's yesterday, maybe the day before. She goes, oh my God, that's how you're supposed to do that? And this guy puts it on in seconds. Just real easy.
Really?
Yeah, because they come, you think about it like a sticker, right? You know how it's got the white thing on the back, you peel that off. Well, if you peel that off, it's a pain in the ass to put on there. No, this guy took maybe 2 inches and tore it from the bottom, put the bottom on, and then got that set, and so the whole thing didn't, mess around. Yep. Then he took the rest of it off, moved it up another halfway, right? So think about it. You got the laptop cover. I've taken 2 inches off. I've got that 2 inches set, but I didn't ruin the top of the vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I take the rest of it off and reposition it, right? So now I've got 2 to 4 more inches I can put down, and I still got some stability on the rest of the thing. Then he took it off and put it down, and it was over. I'm like going, oh, that would have changed our lives right there. He did it in 90 seconds, what we took like 15 minutes to do, and still had air bubbles that we were working out, right? No air bubble, smooth. It was nice.
Yeah. I actually had to figure that process out when I was making skateboards, because I was making, like, I'd make vinyl masking for my paint jobs. And, like, if I had a 44-inch board, like I've got some big boards right up here. If I had a 44-inch board, and I'll have a big giant graphic, and I would have vinyl, and that's how I would do it, is I would take it off, and I probably saw it online, but I would take it off and then pull it down a bit, and I would like get all the air out, and then I could get it down to a point where I could take the whole backing off and lay it down, get the air out. And then I could get these, sometimes quite complicated vinyl masking on and have it like just, nice and clean and perfect. But it's tricky as hell, especially when you got like a big long board and a big long graphic, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're just regular folks. We would have done, we just pulled off the back and tried to stick it on there. Yeah. It didn't work out as nicely.
It's just what happens. Yeah. Yeah, but you learn some of that the hard way. Like, I know when I was making skateboards, it was the first, I don't know how many boards, boy, you learn a lot of hard lessons. And then pretty soon you're like, you've done it enough. And like, yeah, you kind of know, what to do, and you can find your way through, and the issues that will come up. But boy, it helps when you get to see something that just shortcuts some of those things, right?
Well, I mean, that's the way you and I have done with businesses, 14 times. I'm like, not doing this. These steps are cut. Not falling down that trap, not listening to that vendor. You just know. You just end up knowing. So, I mean, that's at 10,000 hours.
Yeah, it is. And and of course, everything makes sense at the start. And then when you look back later, everything seems so obvious. It's like, oh yeah, that didn't work. And then, but now we're doing this and it seems to work. And then you look back after a time and go, you can see the cracks. And it always feels like a bit of a head slapper with things like, I should have known that. The only way you know it is usually to grind through it the hard way yourself. That's how you have to learn it. You got to take the kick in the shins,
Uh-oh. Lost it a bit. So, hey, let's think about how you could take that, because these seem like faster things, doing a driveway, cutting a lawn, but what about things that take longer? I mean, is it just, how would you do that? Is it a series of videos? Is that how they do that? I mean, like, maybe go to part 2 for this, go to part 3 for that.
Yeah. I think there's 2 options. The one that I think is the most common one is actually doing part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, because you're trying to get engagement and people watching more videos and following your channel. The other way to show something long is obviously like the sped up version, and it happens quick over time. They start talking and then speeds everything up. That's a very common TV sort of idea. And then it gets to the end, and then maybe the grand reveal. But I know a lot of these videos too, what drives me nuts, and these are the ones that I will quit following as well, is when you're watching it and then they get to the end and you don't really get to see the finished product. It cuts off right away. And I think it's because they're trying to hook you, like come back and see the next video. And, it's almost like a cliffhanger, but you don't get the payoff, and all it does make me mad. And I'll go like, not following them anymore, and so I think they hurt themselves because they're trying to manipulate people. I think that's not the best way to do it.
Yeah. So the ones I think are longer to me, like weight loss, right? That would have to take a long time to be able to see a before and after transformation, or you wait and release it all at once. Same way with like a home renovation.
Yeah.
You want to show the process, the before, the during, and the after, right? I'm wondering, can you do the same thing with a business turnaround? Is it possible?
Yeah, I it maybe, but I'm not totally sure that's I know like there's always like the restaurant rescue type shows and stuff. I'm always curious if that
I always
actually,
feel like those are staged.
well, I'm sure they're 99.9% staged, but I also wonder, is that actually a benefit to the business? Right. Like to me, I think, yeah, they get their 30 seconds of fame, but I just can't see it being a long-term benefit for people to go, yeah, do I really want to go there now? Probably not.
N- Yeah, right. You know, when they get their most fame, it isn't after the episode's released. It's after they close a year or two later and they go,
Yeah.
right?
And they
That's
do the
when people
follow-up
don't, you know?
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or there'll be newspaper articles about it, or, internet articles about it saying, so-and-so closed, as seen on, Bar Rescue.
Yeah. I
Well,
just like those are
yeah.
those ones I've watched, and I find them really frustrating in so many ways. And I think it is like they're so sort of staged and everything too. But it certainly doesn't make me want to go to those restaurants because I'm like, I know what it's like in the back, and they're falling right back into that trap right away. And I'm not eating that food there,
Hey, there's no way when I ran a bar that I'm letting John Taffer come in and yell at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not doing it.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, I'm not going to let him do it. I mean, you know me, I wrote a book called Don't Tell Me What to Do. Damn sure ain't letting him come in tell me what to do.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what's funny about that is that I ever tell you the story about that sentence, don't tell me what to do?
No, I don't. Well, you maybe, but you have to refresh my memory. Yeah.
All right, so when I first met Courtney's family, we're sitting there and we're playing like just games, family games. It's an evening. It's like the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. We're just meeting each other.
Yep.
And Courtney's dad said, and remember, I hadn't written the book yet, but he asked me, "Well, what annoys you, right? What annoys you?" I'm like going, "I don't like to be told what to do." I
Yeah.
just don't, right? I mean, there's a way to talk to me. There's a way to get me to take action. You tell me what to do. I'm like, I had a mom, I had a dad, I had the military, I had the highway patrol, I had all my life people tell me what to do. I ain't doing it anymore. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
So, and of course I'm going to do what I'm told if it's the right thing to do. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. He goes, "Oh, well, you're not going to be around long then." So it's a family joke, right? And even in one of those AI songs that Courtney made, it's inside that, right? That this is the line that kind of stuck with everybody, and they still make fun of me about it. And so when I wrote the book about how to have a better conversation, I named it "Don't Tell Me What to Do," for the only purpose so I could say, well, I wrote the book on Don't Tell Me What to Do. So that's one of the funny things. So now I can use it the rest of my life. I wrote the book on that.
I wonder if that's probably a real entrepreneur thing, because I really am the same way. I do not like being told what to do at all. But I love learning. I love insight. I love like watching these things and that, but just to straight up telling me what to do. I don't even like going to the exercise class. I'm going to screw off. It's just this way. I can't get past that. But it's probably something to do with an entrepreneur that you're so much have to just be driven and on your own and all that. So often it's just, that's maybe ingrained in us a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So do you feel satisfied after you watch these videos?
Well, yeah. Well, it depends on the video. Like again, there's ones I'll unfollow because I think it's almost manipulative and they're this clickbait, right? But the ones that like I said, I'm watching them handcraft a guitar, and they'll do like they won't do the whole thing. They'll just be like, oh, they're gonna stain the body, or they're gonna insert some, like install some parts, or do this with the neck or whatever. Those are like, yeah, those are just really interesting. I love watching them. And you get that at the end, you get to kind of see that finished result for a few seconds and go, yeah, that's amazing. Right. So yeah, I like that. And I think it's that sense of completion.
All right. You know which ones I don't like? It's a different variety, and it's not visual, it's audio. You've heard of that ASMR?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a whole version of things where people will crinkle up plastic to hear the sound, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. Or they'll do,
Okay.
it's ASMR. And I'm like, they'll just make sounds, right? Sounds or sound of somebody breathing or something like.
All right.
So I don't understand it. B, but it satisfies some people, right? They like that, whatever that sound is of things, chewing. I mean, I don't know. So I guess I'm not as easily entertained by sound as I am by the visual component attached to it.
Yeah, I would have to say I'd be the same. I didn't even know these things existed, but I don't think I would. There's nothing in that sounds interesting to me. But I'm probably more coming from a sort of a designer wiring.
Yeah.
I'm much more wired for visuals and appreciating the craft, but watching things, I think so.
Yeah. So I had to look up what it means. ASMR. Kids love it. All right. So I got I won't say a lesson, a lecture. I won't say that about talking to different generations, right? Because I've got daughters that are millennials, I guess millennials, and Gen X is more direct, right? More direct, just tell it like it is. But you have to talk to millennials, or else they'll shut down on you. And it makes sense. I've got daughters, and so because of that, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is it about ASMR that I don't think it's millennials. What's after that? Y or Z?
Gen Z, maybe?
Huh? Maybe Gen Z
Gen
likes
Z.
that.
I don't recall the yeah, we'd have to look that up. I can't remember. I don't follow it that much,
So it's autonomous sensory meridian response. Okay.
All right.
I think I know 3 of those words, but I don't know how they fit together. Maybe 4 of those words. Huh?
We used to just call that sound effects.
Yeah. So it describes a relaxing, static-like tingling sensation that typically starts at the scalp and moves down the neck and spine. So apparently there are either people or maybe all of us that can be, sensitized, not sensitized, let's say, can receive some type of, sensation just through sound.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe anyone can react to it if it's the right sound. I don't know. I can't, that doesn't click for me. So I can't, I can't sort of identify with it, but sure. Sure. Okay.
Sound I would like that much. I don't know. They got those bell things or bowls, and they got. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is something to it. I don't know what it is, so it makes me curious.
Yeah, I think I would just stick with music. I do enjoy listening to music, so
there you go.
Seems like
pattern. Your pattern recognition.
Yeah. So I think it's easier to enjoy that and go back to it than someone crinkling paper. But who knows, right?
So if you're listening to this and going, "What the hell just happened?" They went on a totally different tangent. That's part of the BS part. Right? So that's why we named the show Business, Beer, and BS. Right? We've been drinking beer. We talk a little bit about business, and well, there was a whole lot of BS in this one, but that's how we ended up on ASMR.
But I learned something today, and it was from the BS side that I learned something. So that's I've got some trivia now. I can go to trivia night at the brewery and see if I can win.
There you go.
I got a new answer.
All right. So, hey, this is another episode of Mike and Blaine, Business, Beer, and BS. And if you haven't already, go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, follow. If you listen to podcasts, we're on all of them. It doesn't matter. We're everywhere you can type in Mike and Blaine. We're probably there somewhere.
Yeah.
And what else? What I miss?
Yeah, well, like, subscribe, follow, go visit mikeandblaine.com. You can buy us a beer, and you can even email us at beer@mikeandblaine.com. And make sure you're back next week for another fun topic.
Check out their website at mikeandblaine.com. Then subscribe to the podcast and buy these guys a beer.